Hey guys, welcome back. So we're gonna continue the journey. Let's just quickly select my character Bob and let's go into the world. That is the world we're going into, and we'll press the button. And yeah, let's continue. So we'll do another one now, and this will be part 3. So it'll take us to the next part of the journey, and hopefully from there, should be able to show you guys the building mechanics. Hopefully. But let's see how it goes while the game loads up. So the loading is a little bit long. It is loading off my micro SD card on the Steam Deck, but it's not so bad. And we should be again running on medium settings. And I think this is kind of where we left off. So we learned about the L1 button up here, giving you the antenna mode that lets you see stuff in the world. And you'll see this is from the last video. We cut down this sprout, but you can still see that this is where it'll grow the next time. So we can come over and talk to these guys as well. And he'll say, Captain Honey is stationed downhill. He's waiting for us. And this guy will give you a bit of the story as well. And that's all good. So let's make our way down there. So there's quite a few things here. So let's just gather some wood, because we'll start to build this up as in our inventory, so we can start getting our first bit of armor from Captain Honey. So he will allow you to buy some armor from him, not buy, but actually craft some armor. So I'm just want to make sure I get enough material here. So we need some twigs. So remember, using the axe will give you 20 more, and then we can chat to this owl quickly. So he's talking about losing health, so you can fall down and hurt yourself and lose health. And that's all good. We'll chat to this other owl, and he's talking about sprinting, sliding, dodging. They all use stamina, so pay attention to that, and that's really good to know as well when you're starting out the game. So let's chop this more wood here. And yeah, we've got some wood. That's quite a bit of wood. So we go into our inventory. We have 25, it looks like 25, if I'm reading that correctly, 25 out of 30 and 13 fiber. Okay, cool. So we need to eat now. You'll notice down there that our health, not our health, but our consumption is a bit low. So you just navigate the D-pad, press up. Character will eat some steak mushrooms. I think that's what it's called. And we'll do the quick view with the antennas to see if we missed anything. And yeah, let's just go through, get this twigs over here. So we can still chop the twigs even in that mode, which is pretty cool. And we're actually just gonna make our way down to Captain Honey, or Honey, depending how you pronounce it. This guy's talking about opening up the map, which is down on the D-pad, and that'll open up your map. And then you can click on him if you want to track him. You see a little white border around him there. And he'll show up on the compass on the top there. So as you turn, you'll see his avatar picture or profile picture, avatar profile picture will show up there. And as I'm going down, I'm just quickly making sure that I'm grabbing all of this material so we can start building pretty quick. This little weapon here, which is the wood club, is not very strong against some of the insects you're gonna fight. So let's just make sure we can get enough material so we can start building as quick as we can. And talking to the owls as we go. So he's talking about the small folk are really helpful people. I'm gonna chop this wood up, get my 20 there. And here is Captain Honey, or Honey. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. I just wanna chop some wood here so you guys get the gist of what we're gonna do. It's all about crafting, right? Survival crafting game, making sure your health is up and whatever you need is good and ready and available. All right, so there's a piece of twig which you chop up and becomes wood. All right, so we can talk to Captain Honey, or Honey, depending on how you pronounce it. So greetings, Vanguard, and he pretty much introduces himself, tells you about the small folk, and then you can ask him some questions, and then you can ask him what's the overland, and he'll give you an answer to that. He'll tell you, you can ask him about tools, and he'll tell you what the different tools are and how you use the tools, which is pretty interesting. You talk about building a shelter, you talk about the builder's hammer. Oops, and I pressed the same button again. Where can I find food? So you can find food everywhere, and I think it's pretty, when you start out the game, it doesn't really point out that something is food, but it is. I'll take you guys through that. Let's just continue talking to him. Oops, did I press the same button again? Yep. Is there something else I'd like to ask you before I go? So you can ask him your assignment. So the third one is your assignment. So if I click on that, it'll say, yes, I've been expecting you. The elder Ludwig has requested your presence. Go see him. He's staying down the cave, so we need to talk to Ludwig. And then you can say, thank you, Captain. All right, and then now you notice there's a different bit of menu there. So if you press B, the first time you press B, it'll allow you to talk to him. The second time you press B, it allows you to craft stuff. And I just pressed A, Y, so B and then Y. So he has gear that he can build for you. And you'll notice here, this is like padded clothing to protect the wearer from the cold. It'll say cold protection is 9, protection is 1, durability is 110. So it is a little bit stronger than what you actually get in the game. So he's got light gauntlets, he's got padded gauntlets. The light gauntlets do give you movement speed and durability, whereas I would say go with the padded braces because you get a little bit more. You're also getting that movement speed. So he's got plus 2% movement speed, durability of 90 for light. And yeah, so you're losing the movement speed, my apologies, but you are getting 110 durability, which I think is a lot better when you're starting out the game. All right, so what can we build? We've got 21 out of 18 fiber, so we can build a pair of padded braces, so we'll do that, and that goes into my inventory. I'm a bit short on the other ones now, so you'll see that needs 15 and that needs 18, so I've only got 12. So what we can do is let's quickly enable or put this one on. So you select it in the inventory, press X, it's now on your character and your old one is there. So we need to get a few more twigs, but while we're here, let's just take some of this blackberries he's got lying around. I don't think he's going to be eating it, so that's all good. He doesn't mind either, so talk to this little owl and he'll tell us to eat and drink regularly. And luckily there is a lot of material at the start of the game, so you want to make sure you pick that up as much as you can and as quickly as you can. And this is where the game really starts to kind of open up. I mean, you can see these, these items, so like you can see the sprouts and the twigs by eye as well. But if you can't, if you're struggling to see exactly where they are, like these ones, it still shows up as a sprout, but technically it's been cut. So you got to wait for that to regen again. This owl here is going to talk to you about water and falling into the water. So stay away from the deep water, etc., etc. Let's just grab this resin while we're here. All right, so we've got the resin, we've made the one pair of armor, but that's not going to be enough. So let's just get a few more sprouts. And as you progress, you'll get a better axe that'll give you, more material when you chop down a sprout or certain vegetation. So I'm just grabbing what I can for now. Let's just get some more. Should be enough, I think. And I'm just walking around, as you can see, this, hitting the antenna mode, making sure that I am gathering enough resources, because you're going to need those resources to be building your house coming up shortly, right? So let's chop that little twig, get some wood, chop this twig here, get some more wood, and all right, so far so good. We've got quite a few sprouts and twigs lying around, so that should hopefully be enough. I think I haven't really looked at I haven't really done a count of how much I should have collected, but that's okay. So let's quickly go up to him, and you can run by pressing down on the right stick. So if I press down, you'll notice that the stamina bar comes up and he's now running a bit faster up the hill. All right, and he's right here, so I can stop running, and once you stop, your stamina bar builds up again. So let's just build the other piece of armor, so B and Y. So we got the braces, we need to get the breeches, and we need to get the padded wrap. And that should be all the inventory that he can, all the items he can craft fast at the start. So we've got this one, this is the Traveler's one. You'll notice that cold protection is at 3 and durability is 100. But we actually want to just complete the padded braces set. So let's put the pants, let's just put the pants on with X and you'll see it changes. Let's put on the padded wrap, and that should change our existing top for the torso, and it does. So now we've got that set complete. and that's really good. And you'll notice that because we're standing under a roof, you've got this icon here. So if I go back to inventory, it says that the status is shelter, which means you are protected. And that's pretty good. So that's pretty much the conversation there. You speak to him, you get your first piece of gear and armor, and it's kind of teaching you this in the game of what you need to do and how to get this armor and gear. And then if we run straight down, we are going to enter the quest to see Ludwig. And the questing is you just got to speak to him, and he usually tells you something, and it's kind of a survival game where you're going to figure stuff out, right? So you'll notice here as well, number 2 on my quick slots, you'll notice that the item itself doesn't last forever. So there is wear and tear on these items, and you'll have to repair this over time. But let's go in here and let's go and chat to Ludwig. And this is Ludwig right here, the elder. Sorry, this is the elder. So let's just talk to the elder. My apologies, Ludwig is further out. Let's talk to the elder. And he goes, Vanguard, finally, you're here. Elder, what are you doing in this overgrown cave? And you kind of have this conversation with him, and he talks to you about what's happening, and there's a chest that a key is missing from, etc., etc. And I won't spoil it for you guys, but it's pretty much, you know, you read through all of this and you just find out what's going on. Actually, I think he is Ludwig, if I'm correct. Yeah, so you got to find this key to open up this chest. And that is pretty much it. If you go to the back of this area, you will find this chest that's here. And even in here, you can use your antenna button. You'll see there's a twig, there's a sprout. So I'm just going to quickly gather this material because, hey, why not, right? And let's just chop that up. And I think there's one more. Yeah, there's one more. Yeah. So in dark areas, the antenna mode is really good. I guess in the bright areas where you can't see things, it also helps to identify these resources you can gather, right? So I'm just gonna come through here. There is a few more things here. So let's just quickly grab that. And what's this? This was a sprout. Yeah. Let's try and pick up some of this material while I'm here. Okay, cool. So this is the walnut chest that he was referencing earlier. And you can examine this, and it gives you a few options of things you can do, like try to open the chest, examine the cavity, and leave. So you can try and open the chest, and it tells you can't open the chest, and blah, blah, blah. You can try and examine it as well. So you run your hand over it, and, you know, kind of that scenario. You push the bottom of the cavity, nothing actually happens, and the last one is leave. So we kind of know what's going on. And I guess this is a good part, a good time now that looking at the video, it's being 13 minutes, to stop right here. And then we can always continue from here on the next one, but the next part of the video will show us more in regards to crafting, we'll start building a house and finding a good place and more material to continue this journey. All right, guys, with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.